I've screwed it up. And am I live again now? After my initial screw up? Probably. I do believe I am live. I trust it. Takes time for YouTube to come through. Takes like up to a minute. YouTube will. I have confidence. Come on, YouTube. I don't think I can get the link from... Should give you a link. XSplit Broadcaster should give me a link to go to my own live broadcast. You would think. But no. There I am. Hello, me. It looks much darker on that screen. Live. Hello. Mark Zuckerberg's in the he's in the stream. I didn't know he watched. G'day from Canada. Hello. Hello, Blakey Cakes. Oh, whacked man again. Need some light on the subject. Yeah, it looks pretty shit. Yep. Oh, yeah, I could probably turn on extra lights. Hang on. But my lights are not complete yet. Here we go. Watch this. Let there be light. Ta-da! A little bit more anyway. Oh, more. Ah, turned on the... Nope. All of them. There we go. All right. Time to set up this again like I tried last night, but I forgot my brackets. I've got my brackets. Once again, for those playing along at home who want to know what lab shelving I'm setting up here, it's the Broda. You can't buy it anymore. It comes from IKEA. And, yep, I think they discounted... Oh, I've had this since I've had the lab. So, no, I had this stuff in the garage. That's right. I had this racking in the garage, and then I transferred it. When I bought this lab, I transferred it here and then bought more to extend it because I had more stuff. I had more space. So, yeah. All right. Make sure I'm up to date. So, yes, I'm going to assemble some shelves. Let's go. Now, I probably should have remembered or tried to remember which height I had it at. I guess it doesn't matter because all I want is the distance between here. I need the matching one. There we go. So 4 holes there, and then, oh geez, that's wonky as. Look at that. That's wonky. It's dodgy, brothers, but I can wobble that. Look at that. Nice, see? Can change that. Sweet. Yeah, this Broda shelving system came with... everyone can hear me though, can't they? I'm sure they can. Yeah, people would have said if my audio sucks. For those who don't know, my headset mic is a Samson. It's just a cheap thing. It's a Samson Stage PXD1, and it just comes with a USB dongle that you plug into your USB port, and it does okay. Its range isn't very good, and if I actually go behind walls and stuff, it won't penetrate. Like it uses like a Bluetoothy thing or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty good. The actual quality is really good. Should I put it that high? I don't know. Oh, geez, I eyeballed it pretty well. Oh, it's practically bang on the eyeball. Wow, I just separated in the last video. I just separated it, and I was practically bang on. Unbelievable. Forgot to bring my electric screwdriver from home, so I'm going to have to do it the old school way. Jeez, I was pretty bang on. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not going to have to touch that. I don't think I'm going to. Oh, jeez, I'm good. Damn right, I'll talk myself up when I get something right. Yeah, you saw that in the last, if you watched the last live video, or you can go watch it, I just separated those and separate them to the exact distance. Unbelievable. All right. Awesome. Oh. But you have to shuffle these things. These are a bit tricky to, you have to sort of massage them in place. Oh. So they require a bit of shuffling. That's too high. That's too high. I think that's too high. I don't think I had them that high before. What the heck? No. Damn. This is where it didn't come prepared again. I should have simply taken the height of my existing labs because I mucked around getting the right height and everything with the old lab, and it's just Kamagutsa. Yeah, like I wouldn't even, like, this is my bench and I can guesstimate where I'm going to put the next. Yeah, okay, let's put in the next one. Let's put in the next one. I'm pretty sure that is too high. I think it should come down one at least. So let's. Is that the same height? That's the same height. I think that's about right for the height for the lower shelf. I think it is. Let me. Oh no, the lower one's not though. These must be. Yeah, that's not straight. There you go. It's not vertical. All right. Oh. No, it's still coming to guts of there. Anyway, now I think, is that the height that I want? So if my table, you can see my table. Well, these tables are wonky. Or benches. Yeah, I think that's probably the height that I had. I suspect. I don't know. What do you think? No, it's not a new rack. It's the old rack I ripped out of the old lab. No, there's no scratches on it. Yes, I bought the back end brackets, Steve. It was good for a little bit, you bragged. Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. What? I went and got my A+ cert from Irwin Technical Institute. Good on you, Nick. I have no idea what an A+ cert is, or what the Irwin Technical Institute is. But good on you. You put the work in. And that's what it all comes down to. That's pretty much what any certificate or degree means. It's not necessarily that you learnt a lot, it's that you actually finished it, like you actually put the effort in to do something. Anyway, I can adjust this later. Basically all I want to do is get the distance, so then I can change the center bar up there. I can fix the center bar in place. Yeah, there's a lot of play in these racks. They're okay, so if I do that one, and if I do this one, if anyone's got any questions you want me to answer while I'm doing this, please Right. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have some play in it. And this Broda system came in metal shelves and wood shelves, and I've got a combination because when I went to buy some more, they had actually, I think they had actually just discontinued it at the time, and the only remaining stock, I couldn't get all metal shelves, so I had to get some wooden shelves. That's why I've got mixed metal wood shelves for this system, because they simply had no stock left. With hindsight, I should have actually gone around to every IKEA in, well, it's only a two in Sydney. Was there only one at the time? I don't know. But, yeah, I should have tried to get all the metal shelves. I do like the metal ones. The woods are fine too. You could argue the woods look better, but that, there we go. Oh, no, dumbass Dave. Hang on. No, I screwed the pooch. I was wondering why that one was different to the other one. Yep, Kamagutsa. I put it in the wrong side. As in, by that I mean there's two slots here. There's two slots. I put it in the far slot. Idiot. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. Trying to do a live stream at the same time. This would be very... Oh, now I can't get that in because... There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, that whole... Oh! The top bar's come out. There you go. That's better. You are correct. David is not with EEV Blog anymore. He's got his own contract business. So if you want to hire him, I guess you can. Is it expensive to move my lab? I have to assume that the man hours alone to build and set up everything costs you in lost income potential. Not really, because, yeah, I'm doing less videos. But that's not really... I mean, the videos aren't my primary source of income. So it's like doing less video. Like, I get like a good... Like, a decent video, I'll get like $100 in ad revenue. It's like, it's, you know, it's pretty... It doesn't even pay for my time to do the video. It really doesn't. So, yeah, the video is just the things I enjoy doing, and then that's my brand, and then I make money in other ways. It's not through the videos. So, yeah, like I can just stop making videos and my business doesn't just stop, which is a good thing. Like I can just, you know, bugger off on holiday and it's not like I'm not getting paid for it. Everything's still ticking along. Because I've got someone who handles the logistics side of packing and shipping for me. So... Now, if I do all these up, I should probably be only putting like 2 bolts in each one, because if I decide that's not the correct height, I'm just going to have to undo them all again. But anyway, I just want to sort of get... So now I've done that, I can probably take the... Yeah, this is too high. I never had it that high before. So that's coming undone. Whoa! There goes that bloody top bar again. That's how important that is. That cross brace. There we go. Shove that in place. So let me get this out. What was I talking about? I forget. All right, so So that will, all right, so that's the top crossbar, and then I just screw that up. And in the old lab I had foam pieces on the back of this, so it didn't touch the wall. It's more important in the old lab because I didn't own it, I was just renting it, so I didn't want to scratch the walls. So I had big foam packing stuff actually behind there. I might actually just reuse those. I might bring them over because I don't want to scratch my own walls either. So there you go. So that'll, you know, it'll still, well, I haven't screwed in the sides actually. Did I bring those? Oh no, I didn't bring those screws. I've come and guts again. No, I didn't. Oh, hang on, what are these? No. Nope. Doesn't matter. It'll all come out in the wash. So, move that across. I want this to go. There's no reason why I wouldn't want this right up against the wall. Never butt it against the wall because you might want to get like cables and crap around the side and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave a good couple of inches there. And that, I think that's the height that I had it at, but I could be wrong. There's a picture in the bench under there. And, oh, I don't know. Anyway. What do we got? Outstanding work. Yes, I agree. For the shelf is early. IKEA is getting complicated these days. Your rack looks lopsided. No, it's not. It's probably just the camera angle. Old lab top shelf was about 30 centimeters below the top of the upright. Was next to maybe. Oh, you haven't looked at the video, are you? Yeah, it was much lower. But anyway, doesn't matter. I just want to get. I've got another post here. Haven't bought all the racking over. I've just got like one or two sections, basically. All right. Oh, and this one I think I had like, I didn't put it up the top. Like I had it like down, did I have it like down here? I had it, did I have it, I think I had it like under bench level or something. So, where was my bench there? I might just do it like that. That is the correct, yep, there you go. Because you don't have to have it up the top. But you can't put them next to, you can't have them all the same, these bracing pieces, you can't have them all the same level. Otherwise, because they require two slots to hook into, not just one. So, there you go. So, opposite. I assume I'm going to keep that level. Didn't eyeball that one at all. Didn't even attempt to. And it shows. Whoa. Yeah, these things are, not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you can see that. They're so wonky. They're so bowed. It's only when you actually screw them in do they come good. Because, you know, it's not a rigid frame. It's like... Get in there. It doesn't take much effort to readjust these shells to different heights. I mean, it's, you know, it's minutes work. It's 5 minutes work. It's not much. Amazing times. Never thought that future would bring us watching a man putting together IKEA furniture for hours live. Ah, that's great. Okay, so Yeah, if you're obsessive compulsive, like about having things perfect, do not buy these shells. Well, you can't buy these shells anymore, but because there's just like, they go together quite like, a bit how you doing. They're like, there's a lot of play in them. There's a lot of play. So if you want to fuss over getting something absolutely perfectly aligned and symmetrical and whatnot, these are not the shells for you. Yeah, I think I had in the old lab, old lab I had like 1.5, because you can get, I think you can get different sizes. Yeah, I think I had, like as in the home lab, garage lab, where I originally had these. So these have been transported from my garage lab to here, and then from here to my current rented lab, and now back here. Well, will I end up back in the garage one day? No, that's not going to happen. A, there's not room, and B, I own this place. So unless I become destitute and have to sell it, then, whoa, that seems threaded to me. Ooh, I don't like the feel of that one. This is not feel-o-vision. It's Wonka-vision. Oh, yeah, I'm not liking that. Oh, I think I might leave him out for a bit, because that doesn't feel good. Anyway. So yeah, as I said, I've got some foam to put on the back of these. Just packaging foam from one of the scopes or whatever. Just cross thread them. Cheaper than Loctite. Current sensing a low resistor, but with a current limiter. Dumb idea to include current limiter resistance in shunt. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Only include the shunt in your shunt. Wonky vision. Ground the racks. I've never grounded the racks. No, never grounded them. Yeah, all right, well, that's boring. That screw, I'll leave that. I'll probably just leave the top shells, because all I really wanted to do was just actually get them in place. So really, there's probably nothing stopping me from putting in the bench. Sorry, I'm just over at my sink. Oh, one thing I didn't actually do when I brought them over is wipe them. Oh yeah, it's a little bit dirty. Bit of fluff from the other lab. So yeah, anyone got any questions? Oh, knee right under the screw. Oh, yeah, thank you very much. Oh, bloody. Thank you, Mbis Fenchi. Top chat. Live chat. How's the weather currently? I think I got some sort of metal burr splinter thing. Do you call a metal burr a burr a splinter? Is that still a splinter? If you get a metal burr shoved into you? Dave was born ESD safe. Yes, the weather is, it's a bit dodgy today. 2 a.m, go to bed. Oh yeah? Morning or afternoon from the UK. Yeah, I feel something. I feel something. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to move the bench. I probably want to leave a little bit of space so you can get power cords. Basically, leave the width of a power, plug between here. Oh, you don't have to. Just maybe like an IEC plug or something, just so that you can get stuff around. Oh, by the way, what I'm going to do, I think, what the plan is, when I got the benches back in, I originally had shelving down the other end. I still might have a top shelf, but what I'm going to do is take out this shelf here, and I'm going to buy an ESD mat. So, my mat is like real crusty as. My 6 metre long, 8 metre long one or whatever it is, however long my benches are here. I think I've got 3 benches at 2.1, 6.5 metres or something. And I was going to buy a new one, like a metre long or something, and actually have it go in, like have it about this wide, and this will be my dedicated filming spot, and I'll actually bring it up the wall. I'll curve it up the wall like that, so it'll be it'll never be outside of the shot. So I'll get it wide enough so that it's always might not, because you can only get them 900 wide. So anyway, I was going to curve it up here like a light box kind of thing, so that when I'm doing stuff, there's nothing in the background. It'll just be the ESD mat. But can somebody check online if you can get ESD mats that are wider than 900? Can you check? Because I've got 900 mil deep benches, so I can get it any length I want. But if it's 900 wide, then that's the field of view of my camera, and I think it might be a bit. If you can get 1.2 meters, that'd be great. Can somebody check? 1.2 meters. The Lewis mic sounds good. Yeah, it's just a cheap one. It's not like Lewis has got some real expensive one. Mine's just a cheap Samsung brand, but I like Samsung. Here's my Samsung CO1U. This is what I use for the Amp Hour podcast for 8 years or something. I've upgraded to a Rode NT1A, but no, the Samsung CO1U, and this is a Samsung, and it just, decently cheap mics. So it's going to look super weird. It may, but I want to give it a go. If I just put an extra piece on the wall vertically, it would probably look just about continuous. It would, but it still wouldn't have the same effect as being completely curved like that. So you would still see it. You would definitely still see the line. So yeah, you'd see the shadows and everything. It's like, yeah, I agree. It could look weird. Oh yes, 1.2 meters. Thank you, Alex. 1.2 meters available. Yep. Excellent. I'll buy like 1.2 meters by 2 meters or something, because I want to have like 9, because I've got 900 deep, so it'll go 900 deep and then it'll curve up. I don't need to curve up much. Maybe I need like 1.5 meters or something. That'd be plenty. But yeah, yep, awesome. When it comes to audio foolery, do you think there is a difference in sound quality between a $1,000 mic and an $8,000 mic? Why would you spend $1,000 on a mic, let alone $8,000? No. Oh well, yes, there's a difference. Every mic sounds different. That's the thing. Like every muso, every singer, every musician will have their favorite. Well, they'll have different mics for different things, and they all sound different. You can't say that an $8,000 mic is better than a $1,000 mic. like sounds better. They all sound different, and it's what you intend to get out of it, or what is, you know, that's what the artist chooses, right? The artist chooses that particular sound. You know, yeah, and there's like Newman, which are the duck's guts, right? One of the duck's guts is out there, and but you know, for stage mics, isn't it like Shaw or whatever? Who does the oh, that's not straight. Eyeballing. No, it's got to go in over here a bit. Anyway, yeah, so they're all going to sound different. So, all right, moving the bench in just to see how it looks. Let's go. I'll get under here, do the old turtle carry. Weight centered, roughly. Watch out for the mantis. I've got to bring it around. Whoop. Around like that. Oh yeah, still. Oh yeah, I've got heaps of room. I was a bit worried about how much room I had. Oh, I've got to bring it up over that. And right, okay, because the metal foot is right at the end there. It means the bench can't go right to the end, but that's fine. Probably don't want the bench to go right to the end. And that leaves a gap for my mantis, because the mantis... There you go. See, it's got to have the clip. I mean, this has screws in the base, so I can actually like screw it in if I don't want the side. And I can't put it at the back because the back is like this, and there's only a tiny lip there. So I've got to go on the side like that for the mantis. But, you know, once I choose an ideal location, you do screw it in. But of course, once you screw it in, it's screwed in, right? So, or you can re-screw it somewhere else, but anyway. Yeah, so there you go. One bench back. Done. I'll probably move a second bench today. The third one is where I currently shoot videos, but I'm pretty sure with an hour of just cleaning everything off, I could, well, it wouldn't take me an hour, but I'll move everything off and then I'll transfer over. So there you go. There's a bench. Yes, I know the light in here sucks. I will install more lights, but the problem is the Tagano microscope, right? The Tagano microscope. There's one on my lights. That's a little Amarin. I've got a couple of these. I use them for like little fill lights and all sorts of stuff. Very handy. And they use the same battery pack as my large ones. I've got the larger battery pack on my larger Amaran lights. So there you go. But the mantis, so if you have a light like above, well, if you have it directly above, it comes down, it reflects off the product and goes up. So there's a cone, I could probably, you know, there's like, if this is the measurement, yeah, you can't get it. But, you know, the measurement angle goes out like that. So, you know, sorry, the field of view. So if the field of view comes out at a slope like that, then you've got to take the angle like that. And actually, looking at that and guesstimating my widest field of view and then flipping the angle, eyeball it with the tongue at the right angle, it means, yep, I can't have any lights on the ceiling panels above me here. I can't have lights in any of these panels going right across, because that will reflect off the product under test, and it's really annoying. It is really annoying to have that, yeah. So all the lights will have to be back. That's why I deliberately put that one back. I'll have to, yeah, I need a couple of more lights. I'm going to have to order some because I've got 3. I haven't wired up a couple yet, but I've got, yeah, I've got 2, 2 and 2. Those 2 amp ones at the end I haven't wired up. These are all software control, like actually remote control. So I can switch these off and on. But yeah, I definitely need more here. So probably install 2 up here above the bench here. So this will be above that. And yeah, so I'll order those today. Hopefully I can still get them. So, because they're a specific high CRI, not hugely high, not like 95, but they're like 90 or something. So pretty good. And they're anti-glare, and they're pretty good. But they're not as high a wattage as my previous ones, which was 60 watts. These are only 40. So in 1.2 by 600, 1.2 meter by 600 millimeter square, I originally had 120 watts. Now I've only got 80. So yeah, there's a big difference there. They're roughly equivalent lumens per watt, I think. So yeah, but they were, 60 watt ones, my old ones, but they're crap color temperature and, you know, not anti-glare and stuff like that. So, yep. Put lights in the table. Yeah, and I might have like I can get these, like I can have these. I've got goosenecks, you know. So I've got like goosenecks I can put on the side of the bench, and I can have, you know, these on the end, and I can like angle them specifically, especially if you're like using the Tucano and you want to like get a chip number or something. If you get the light at the right angle, then bingo, the chip number just pops out. Just magically pops out if you get the light at the right angle. So, and I will actually hook up my Mantis back up. I've got the I need an extension USB. I've got that here, and I can hook it up, but it is shit. It is really shit. I'm not kidding. I could probably do it now. Can I do it now? Or is that too hard? Oh no, it needs some weird ass driver. Yeah, that's right. It needs a weird ass driver. Yeah, the Mantis is the best optical scope on the market, but the camera in it, this is the Vision model. It sucks ass. It is really awful. Absolutely awful. Doesn't have the same field of view as the eyepiece. It's dark as hell. It requires special drivers. It doesn't appear as like just a regular webcam. And it is shit. And its update rate is just garbage. I don't know what sensors in it, but it is. It is horrible. Yes, I have to have the coffee mug on top of the... have to have the coffee mug on top of the... Oh, no, it doesn't come off. Does it come off? Come out? Yeah. Have to have the coffee mug on top of the microscope, because otherwise I don't have a dust cap, and it gets into, that's my trinocular port. I'll actually try and get like an old camera, and I'll permanently hook that back, hook that up. I've got like an old Sony Nex 5 camera, so I might use that one. And I do have an E-mount ring for this, I believe, somewhere, or an E-mount to the 1-inch thread or whatever it is on the standard microscope trinocular thread. And yeah, so I can use my microscope. Don't use it that often, because the Mantis is more than good enough for regular electronics work. But you know, when you want a microscope to look at like wafers and stuff, yep, it's really nice. That Olympus, it's old, but hard to beat. Oh, the whiteboard of debunking going to be. I do not. It'll be. Oh, yeah. Okay, that will be my editing desk, right? So I'm not going to edit in here anymore. This is going to be packing and shipping. So that's going to be all packing and shipping and storage and whatnot. So that'll have all my tubs and everything. I'm going to put tubs under the benches as well, because I've got more tubs than what fit on those shelves. So I've got less shelves in here than I do in the old lab. I'm going to have to ditch some. There will be a free day where I throw out a bunch of stuff. So anyway, I'll do my editing there. There's benches all along that wall there. There's PowerPoints all along the wall. So all my PC-based instrumentation is going to go there. I'll have, you know, the National Instruments scope set up. So anyway, all my monitors and stuff will go there. And the whiteboard will be on that wall just behind the ladder there. So, yeah, so I can, like, have my camera about where that camera is, where that is now, and that'll point towards the whiteboard over to there. So, yep. And yeah, I'll just have my benches along here like I did before. Arcade machine might go at the very end. Or no, I might go in the corner, might go behind there actually. Arcade machine behind the TV there. And so, yep, whiteboard will still be there. Although, I do want to try and use this window for, like, actually stand behind the window and have, like, a green screen. Or maybe not a green screen behind. Oh, I could. No, it's probably not going to work. But anyway, yeah, have, like, a board behind me, stand behind there, and I can write on the glass. So it's like I'm writing on a glass board in front of someone, like writing in the air. And if you get the lights all set up right and everything, that can work reasonably well. So I want to experiment with that. And of course, you've got to flip the image, otherwise all your writing's back to front. So you just flip the image on your, flip the image in your image capture software. And yeah, Bob's your uncle. You can write on the glass. I've always wanted to do that. Always. I even experimented with, like, I thought maybe when I was in here, like donkey's years ago, I thought maybe I'd have like a stand with a big, like, Perspex sheet or something. I even investigated building one. And it was like, no, it was just like, no. But now I've got the window. I didn't have the windows before. So thanks to my previous tenant here who paid for the windows. So, yep. Make a project to replace the camera module. I don't know if that would be... The Mantis is a very delicate bit of kit. I don't know if I'd like to replace... maybe. As long as I don't screw up the optics in it. I don't care if I screw up the camera. This camera's shit. But, I don't know. I might at least hook it up again. I might as well hook it up. And maybe with, I don't know, if I pour enough light on the damn thing, maybe the image might look reasonable. But anyway. What's so special about this lens? You're talking about the... the Mantis. It's a stereoscopic. If you look in there, you can move your head from side to side, and you can actually look around slightly. You know, they've got better ones that allow you to look at it bigger. But this one, if you move your head, it's actually stereoscopic. So it's like your traditional stereoscopic microscope, like this. You know, you peer both eyes into there. These are stereoscopic, right? The Mantis is the same thing, and it actually projects it into your eyes like, you know, this. So the optics in there to do that are quite, you know, precise and a bit complicated. So, yeah, very delicate, I'm told. If I take it apart, yeah, I've been told that it could be an issue. But, yeah, maybe I could take it apart and have a look. But, I don't know, it is shit house. It'd be nice if I had like a standard mount camera or something, and I could just, I could replace it with some... Yeah, I might, actually. Yeah, I might see. Might see if anyone's done a teardown of the Mantis. I don't want to experiment. I want to learn from someone else's mistakes. So if somebody's torn it down and they've come a gutser, I don't want to repeat any mistakes. Wouldn't like to goof up my Mantis. I love my Mantis. So, yeah. Maybe I should do that. If somebody can find a good Mantis teardown, send it to me. This is the Mantis Elite. The Mantis Elite Cam. This is the Cam version. Cam HD. HD my ass. Oh, the green screen. Yeah, it's movable. It's on the floor. So I can just move it behind. You know, I'll just shove it in the corner. And when I need to, I'll bring it out and just erect it behind me. Somebody actually had a question. If there's... Oh, somebody, who, I can't find it here, is it? Somebody said they saw the library. Oh, hang on. They saw the library video and my calculations and stuff, and it's good timing to come back here. Yes, I agree. It is. It is. With all the shit that's going down, yeah, saving the cash is the better way to do it. I'm not going to commit to a lease in the current climate. Screw that, just because I can get some extra space so I can just spread all my crap everywhere. No, I need to get efficient. Oh, yeah, that was David's question, David Eldridge. Lab move. Makes a lot of sense moving back now. Yes, yes, it does. Yes, I have a sign on the front window of my new lab. Yep, I tweeted a photo of that. It's just got YouTube and EEV blog. Library's sending me a sticker, so I can whack that on the front glass as well. So if you ever find my lab, you'll notice there's a big YouTube sticker out the front, and there'll be a library sticker. Spotted a mile away. What's the situation with the HVP 70 differential probe as far as this company and your stocking it? Yes, good question. Sapphire, who's the company who make the HVP 70 probe, they got bought out. Now, I haven't had an update, but I believe they were in final negotiations to be bought out by a company, and the company was still going to maintain the products. I'm still dealing with the same person at Sapphire. They're still called Sapphire. As far as I know, I don't know, haven't heard final details, but yes, I believe they'll be bought out. Yes, they did take my orders again, and they're happy to keep making it for me, and I literally have them on a DHL truck as we speak. But they originally promised delivery in June, but then the whole COVID thing happened, then July, and then August, and now it's like September. So yeah, it's long lead time on those things, but I'm finally getting them. They're on the truck. So I should have them like maybe today or tomorrow. No, this is not the lab you are looking for. This is not the lab that was flooded a year ago. That's the one I rent. Mate, the thing is, I just bought an electric car, a fully electric car, a Hyundai Ioniq Elite, and I'm picking it up tomorrow, supposedly. And I would really like to lobby the Strata committee, who run the building that I'm in, to install an EV charger. But I'm on the Strata committee. I'm one of the owners. I'm on the Strata committee, so that's kind of a conflict of interest. If I approach them and go, look, I'll pay for the EV charger, just let me suck all your free built-in electricity, they're probably going to go, oh, come on, Dave. Really? And I go, but we can install it out front of the building. Everyone can use it, and I don't know. Should I approach them and say, hey, let's install an EV out the front? Oh, by the way, I just happen to have bought a EV myself, So, like, I would happily pay for it. I would happily pay for it for, a fast charger here in the building. What does it cost? $1,800 installed or something? I would pay for it. It's a lot of money. When I can just go down the road, there's one at the local hotel down the road I can use, if I want, not a fast charger, not a DC charger, but a 7 kilowatt AC charger. I'd happily pay for a 7 kilowatt AC charger. But then the electricity, someone's got to pay for the electricity, right? And they'll go, well, we're not going to pay for that. We already pay $100,000 a year for electricity for this building. It's insane. It's insane. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're trying to get the costs down. We're putting in energy loggers at the moment to see where all the energy is being used, because we've got outside build, because it's there's outside car parks and outside areas and lights and gardens and things that are all lit up and things like that. And it's as well as the underground basement car parks with all the lights, as well as all the building itself. But yeah, $100,000 a year electricity. So I don't think one little EV charge point is going to make an ounce of difference, but it's probably the optics of, me going to the Strata committee, which I'm on, and saying, hey, can we install an EV charger, please? No, this lab has a new smell, Wizard Tim, because when I left here, I painted the whole place and installed new carpet, because the carpet in here was, oh my God, it was atrocious. And yes, it was just filled with SMD parts everywhere and all sorts of crap and little solder balls and whatnot. Yeah, it was. I couldn't rent it out with carpet like that. It was terrible. So I installed new carpet. So the smell is pretty much gone. That new carpet smells is basically gone. So yeah. Illinois energy professor for inspiration of writing on a window. Yes, I follow him. I've seen his videos. He's great. And yes, I do like how he writes on the glass. I know a lot of people won't like it, but, you know, I want to at least experiment with it. No, we don't have a solar roof. We've got roof, but we've looked at putting solar on at one point, I think, but I don't think the payback was, not sure how good the payback was. Give it a couple of years and Nissan Leaf will be so cheap that someone will probably donate one to you for teardown. Yeah. Although there's a sort of like a thriving community out there of people who take old Leaf EV car batteries and turn them into Powerwalls. Because who cares if they've lost 50% of their capacity? They'll buy them and turn them into Powerwalls for their home. Write an anonymous Karen letter about global warming, then they'll bend the knee. Shouldn't that be a anonymous Karen letter about Black Lives Matter or something? And then they'll definitely bend the knee. Yes, approach. Yes, approach. It's for the greater good. You're talking about the EV charger. Free electric tastes better. Yes, it does. Toyota Priuses? No, bugger off. Toyota Prius is shit. Oh, Def Pom's in the house. Yeah, some other tenants have EV cars. Yes, they do. So I could, that could be a thing. Yeah, so it just sounds dodgy. If I've just bought an electric car and everyone knows I'm going to have it, they'll be able to see me driving in and then you using it. It's like, although after it's installed, like maybe I don't tell them and then it's installed and, oh, look, I happen to have bought an EV. Thanks. Yeah, there's a few Teslas in the car park. No, I can't run a cable from my lab to power the charger. Nope. Not possible, I'm afraid. There are various power points down in the... I could use the trickle charge power points down in the basement car park. There's a few around, but they're allocated spots, so I'd have to find a spot that has a power point near it that my current one does, actually. My current rented spot, there's this power cord, there's like aircon ducts and stuff, and there's this like extension power cord just coiled up the top of this duct. I wanted to check it to see if there's actually power there. I assume there is, and I could just plug in. So in my current space, but I'm not going to like rent a space just to, like a vacant space, just so I can get access to it wouldn't pay for itself. Might as well pay for the energy and, yeah. So yeah, I want to have a good look around and maybe I can run like an extension cord somewhere. I don't know, but I don't think so. I've had a bit of a look and there doesn't seem to be any hidden power points anywhere near, because you've got to look in all the nooks and crevices and stuff. I have a Hyundai Ioniq Elite. I'm picking it up tomorrow, I believe. Finish the shelf. Oh, the shelf is finished. I don't want to put the top one on because I'm still deciding the height. I don't have any more. I've got to go back to the other lab and disassemble all the, so I want to bring apart over a second bench and some more shelving. I'll do that today. How long have I got? I don't know. Tuesdays is a nothing burger day for me, unfortunately. It's, kids pick up, drop off, swimming. And so my Tuesdays are limited. Wait till you've passed the confirmation before showing you have an EV. Others will jump it. solar, but that's, you know, it's not good if I don't tell them. They're gonna know. They're gonna know. Some of them watch my videos, like. No, I'm not going to do a Powerwall segment. It's just like I can't. There's so much time and effort involved in building a Powerwall, do-it-yourself Powerwall. It's a massive undertaking. And no, it's just, I don't have the time or the inclination to do it. Micro EV supply. There is an open EVSE supply charger, I believe. Yeah, there are chargers. I don't know if they accept credit card. They do accept like ID cards, like ChargePoint is one company. I'm trying to sign up for that at the moment. But it's, I don't know, some US thing. Australia doesn't appear. It's ridiculous. Why did I have to move out and then move back in? I've missed that in previous videos. Everyone always misses something, so I have to keep explaining myself. I moved into the bigger lab because we were running 2 different spaces. I was shooting in this lab, and then we had a rented space, 33 square meters, a great balcony, view of the mountains, schmick. And that's where we did the logistics and I did my editing. So I'd shoot my videos here, I'd physically take the SD card back, I'd do the editing, and that was a really nice office, but it's not very productive because I can't just go, oh, I missed something, and then I'd have to come back here and then shoot another 30 seconds worth of material and go back. It's not as good. So anyway, so I decided to consolidate, and we had 3 people. Well, myself and David, full-time, and my part-time packing and shipping logistics person. And so I thought, look, my lease was up. I was there for 2 years. My lease was up. Bugger this. I'm going to rent one big space. So I rented the 100 square meters, and then I rented out this one, which I own, to help offset the cost, the $46,000 a year cost that it costs to rent that 100 square meters. I rent this out for 18 grand or whatever I was getting for it. Wasn't getting that in the pocket. Geez, it's getting warm in here. Should turn the aircon on and assume it still works. There you go. And and that's why. So we moved over, and now my 2-year lease is up there. It's up at the end of October, so I've only got like a month and a half left. And I can either keep paying, and because the market is not good at the moment, there's so many vacancies in the park now that I find it hard to rent this space out because my tenant left here. So this has been vacant for 6 months. So I've been paying for this place, losing rent and paying for it for 6 months because you've got to pay strata to upkeep it, right? I had to make the decision. Keep paying $46,000 a year rent. My other lab's nice, I like it, but it's just me now. David's left, right? So it's just me and my part-time packing and shipping person who comes in a couple of times a week to do all the logistics and packing and shipping. And so it's pretty much just me and all my shit, right? All my junk. It fills up 100 square meters. And I looked at it and I'm going like, I don't need this 100 square meters anymore. I don't have a full-time employee anymore. And so I went, and having a hard time renting this place out because it doesn't have any windows, whereas all the other stock in the park has windows, so I'm competing against that. I could probably rent this place out and help offset that cost, but I'm not going to get much for it if I can rent it out at all. So I just made the decision to move back here and be more efficient. So there you go. That's the story. Tesla to install a destination charger, but most Teslas you can't use other cars with, right? I think some of them you can. I'm not sure what the exact deal is. Haven't investigated it yet. No, Tesla aren't going to build a destination charger here. I think they are. Where's the closest one? Oh no, I think there might be one. Oh, there might be one in the business park. I have to check. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's have a look. Supercharger, Tesla Australia, destination charging. Is that a map? I need the map. There it is. Map. Mappity-doo-dah. I need the mappity-doo-dah of Australia. Because that's where we are. No, I don't want Yankee land. Hang on. I'm getting a better monitor arm. Tesla wants to know my location. Piss off. Whoa, come on. Whoa. Whoa. Australia, there we go. Look at that. Sydney. Oh, yeah, there's lots of Teslas. Lots of Tesla charging points. So I'm up here. I'm in Norwest Business Park. No, there's one at Castle Hill. This here. Oh, all of this in here is Norwest Business Park. Oh, well, you know, this sliver kind of, well, excluding this sliver. There's like this part here and here and, oh, technically down here, private hospital, and there's other businessy things down here. I'm not sure if that's classed as, no, I don't think that's Norwest. No, that would be Bella Vista. That would definitely be Bella Vista. Technically, this is Bella Vista over here, but because Norwest has just become a suburb, its own independent suburb, like it was Baulkham Hills, but Baulkham Hills is just, Baulkham Hills encompasses like a huge, you know, it's a massive area. So they split it up. Norwest actually, I don't know who, but they petitioned to have Norwest declared a suburb. It's the same, well, it's the same postcode. It didn't get a new postcode, so it's still 2153, but Norwest. But basically, when you say Norwest, nobody says Bella Vista Business Park. It's Norwest Business Park is like anything west of Windsor Road here to Old Windsor Road here. It bounds in there. So, and there's a bunch of like really expensive houses in here that separate these. But yeah, basically, so that's all Norwest Business Park. What were we doing? Yeah, so there is no charger in Norwest Business Park, but there is one in Castle Hill. This is another business park. This is Castle Hill Business Zone. So all in there is one big industrial. They have more, like in Norwest Business Park. Oh, at the Hills Lodge Hotel. Yeah, yep, okay. So I have to check on, what is it, Plug Share, where the charges are, but yep. So in fact, plugshare.com. Come on, you can do it. Wonder if it knows what Norwest is. Oh, go away. I do have an account. Norwest, yep. There you go. It does know where Norwest is. There you go. So Norwest. So there is a that's the hotel. Yeah, Ridges Norwest. So that's it. So they've got what have they got? They just a just a trickle charger wall plug. Thank you, Ridges Norwest. Makes me want to stay there. It's a hotel chain. There's one up here, Esplanade. Oh yes, the new Esplanade. Oh, that's the new one that I showed in my previous video. That's the spanking. Oh, that's the swanky new building that's just gone up. They tore down Australia's biggest ice skating rink, and they put up this new commercial thing. I was offered to buy a place in there, but I didn't want to buy a new one. Anyway, they've got a Type 2. There you go. Is it public access? Open 24/7? Yeah. Okay. There you go. Nice. Need to get past 2 boom gates. Okay, the front, you collect a ticket. Okay, then feed the ticket, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's not, you can't just drive up and use it. Okay. But it says 24/7, but they do have a concierge there. Anyway, so, oh, no, sorry, I haven't got all the, how do you, settings. No, filters. Oh, filters. Plugged. Oh, yeah. No, I'm showing all the plug types. Don't want Chademo, however you pronounce it. Don't want that. That's for Leafs. Yeah, and there's nearest one, Bella Vista Hotel. So yep, I go to the Bella Vista Hotel occasionally. So I can, they've got that's a BYO Type 2 lead. So I've already looked at that. But yeah, that's, and there's like Castle, is that Hills Lodge over here? Oh, sorry, looked at that. Castle Hill Shopping Centre, do they have one? Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, Castle Towers Shopping Centre, yep, they have one. Yeah, but that's pretty much, oh, and Stockland Mall down here, that's another mall. They have a, they've got an old Type 1, JS 1772. So, yep, that's no, I haven't got an adapter yet for that, but you can just buy an adapter for like $150 or something to go from a lot of people call that like Type 1 or whatever to the Type 2, which my Hyundai has. So you just need an adapter, you don't need a physical, it's just a physical connection thing. Uses the same protocol, I believe, or it can handle both or whatever. Like the charger can handle both, but you just physically just get an adapter. Kellyville Metro Station, there's no because there's no parking at Norwest Metro Station, so they're not going to have a charger there. But there's not too many. Oh well, no, there's quite a few. So there you go. There's all the electric charge points. That includes Tesla ones in Sydney. But you saw the Tesla map here. Oh, okay. So they got, where's that one up there? Not that I care. Oh, that's at Rouse Hill Town Centre. Yeah, that's a big shopping complex. And Stanhope Village, yep. Had an Audi there. Yeah, that's Stockland Mall. So yeah, they got, there's quite a few. Most people who own Teslas, they're going to be living around here. Most northern, anywhere from Baulkham Hills onwards, pretty much anything west of Parramatta and Baulkham Hills, nobody's going to have the money to buy a Tesla. I can assure you of that. That's where I grew up, and I can assure you, yes, poor, nobody from Mount Druitt, nobody from Penrith. It's, if you're a big businessman, you're running a big business, you might be earning some coin and you might live out there. There might be a few, but generally speaking, it's all working class out west and down south here. No one's going to be able to afford a $150,000 Tesla or even an $80,000 Model 3, right? That's just ludicrous, pun intended, ludicrous cost. That's just, it's absolutely insane. So nobody's going to buy that. So everyone's like, yep, you live around Sydney or you live in the northern beaches, northern beaches and stuff like that. So Tesla charge points. Look, you can head up the mountains. You can pretty much drive anywhere. You should be able to drive anywhere. I don't know across the whole country. Like you're not going to get, you're certainly not going to get from Alice Springs to Coober Pedy. I don't think you're going to get one tank from Alice Springs to Coober Pedy. So one tank, still talk in terms of tanks. You're not going to get over to Western Australia. So that dream trip in your Tesla around Australia, taking the number one highway, because there's a highway that goes right around Australia. You can take it. It's the number one. It goes, you can, go up to, take a diversion to Darwin. Why would you? Sorry to all the Darwinites, but it's freaking hot and humid up there. You can technically drive all the way around Australia on one road. I have never done it myself. It's it's one of those life things that a lot of people aspire to. When I'm retired, I'll drive around Australia in a caravan. And you take 3 months to drive around Australia, because Australia, if you don't know, is as wide as New York to San Francisco. It's as big as the continental United States. Land area, I don't know when you include Alaska and all that sort of stuff. US might be slightly bigger, but basically the distance between Perth and Sydney is from the equivalent to LA to San Fran. So it's big, and there's a lot of nothing out there. So, and if you go to PlugShare, you could probably do it with a PlugShare. Like, if you wanted, if you had a caravan and you were willing to trickle charge it, yes, you could do it. Look, you could do it. So you couldn't do it in a Tesla. Well, no, if you got the adapter cables, you could do it in a Tesla too. Sorry. Yes, you probably could. if you're willing to sleep in your car and all, you'd find an Airbnb on the way. Yeah, you can do it. Check it out. There you go. Yep, you could go right north to south. Cool bananas. There you go. So, better get back to the live thing. Ta-da! I will go back full webcam. There you go. Sorry, everyone's probably been chatting. I haven't been able to see the chat. Tow a small sleeper caravan. It's white. It's the only one they had in stock, Tyler. It's a white Hyundai Ioniq. They don't import many into the country. They're rare as hen's teeth. Yeah, towing will kill battery power. Thank you very much, Pete Johns. Not Jones, Johns. Dave, that little Samsung wireless mic is sounding great. What's the model again? It is sounding pretty good. Not sure if I have the level right, but it's pretty cheap. It's the Samsung Stage PXD1, and it's real easy to use. It is just plug-in USB. There's a USB dongle there with the receiver built in. Just plug it in. It appears as a regular Windows microphone, powered from 2 AA's. It does have like a gain thing on there. I don't think I've touched that since I got it. And yeah, it actually sounds really good. Just the range isn't terrific, so if you have to like go behind walls and stuff, I think when I was in this lab before and we were on the opposite side of the wall over there. We didn't have the windows like we do now, like the opposite side of the wall. And when I had my back turned and in the back pocket, so my body was absorbing it and the wall was absorbing it, then I think it started to break up. Or if I go down the corridor, I think, I couldn't even get to the bathroom down the corridor with it. So its range isn't great, but if you're, close like this and you just want to move around your lab, it's brilliant. And it's not that expensive. So, yeah, the Stage XPD1. Well worth it. I think it sounds pretty good. I was quite impressed when I got it. Yeah, and it's just, it comes with a little headset mic, and yeah, it's great. No, the electric vehicle, we still have our Dualis Plus 2, so a 7-seat Nissan Dualis, which is like 10 years old now. We still have that because that's our family car, because we can go on short, like weekend trips in the new electric car, and we do. We plan on in next weekend after next school holidays, we'll be going on a weekend trip, and with the new electric car, we'll be taking that. But if we go on like a big yearly trip, we couldn't fit everything in. If we go on a yearly trip to a beach somewhere, it's like halfway up the country. It's not going to cut it. I don't think so. Anyway. Well, you could put a pod on top. Like, we do actually have a pod. So we needed the pod on the Nissan Dualis when we went on our big, once or twice a year road trips. We needed the pod back when Huxley was young. So if you've got 2 kids and a wife who takes lots of luggage, and I can get by on nothing, but yeah, she can't. And back when you have a baby, you've got to take the porta cot, you've got to take the porta seat, you've got to take the pram. You have to limit yourself to 1 pram, and so you've got to take pram, porta cot, seats, and all sorts of baby paraphernalia. And yeah, so now Huxley's bigger, we don't have to take that anymore, so now we don't have to use the top pod. So yeah. So we can fit it all just in the back of the Nissan Dualis Plus 2, which isn't a huge car by any stretch, but it's the 7-seat version, and so it's got a bit of extra boot room. But we'd really have to prune down our stuff to fit it in the electric car. We do have our big yearly road trip coming up in January. So I'm going to try and convince it to try and fit everything, stop taking all the shit, and try and fit everything into the new EV and see how we go. But anyway, I'm going to do a teardown of a BMW i3. Not in person, but I've got the docs. Yeah. Yeah, most YouTubers seem to use Rode mics. Yes, I do use Rode mics for everything else. Yes, I do use Rode mics. Because I got this Samson because I just wanted something for just these live shows, not for serious videos and stuff. Just something that plugged into the USB. I didn't want yet another. I've got my Sennheiser wireless mic, and I just wanted an easy solution that just plugged into USB. It was cheap. It's for this specific purpose. So yeah, I just wanted it for that. So, and Rode don't make, as far as I'm aware, Rode don't make one that does like this, that just plugs into the USB, no mess, no fuss. I don't want to have another box with, XLR inputs and then no. So yeah, this was just easy. It's got a USB receiver, plugs in, it's just, it's done. So I do use Rode mics for everything else. I use a Rode NT5 on top of my camera, and I use a Rode NT1A for my desktop recording. They sound all practically identical. I've got a Rode reporter mic, so if I ever want to interview people without having to wire them up at a trade show or something. No, I don't have trade shows anymore, but anyway, so I've got a Rode reporter mic. I've also got a Rode boom mic as an NT something boom mic as well. I've got a Rode video mic, that's an old one that fits on top of the camera, a little short stubby video mic. So I've got Rode for everything else, but yeah, this one's just great. Horses for courses. Huxley is not named after Aldous Huxley. It's named after Aldous's grandfather. No, it doesn't have a V6. With David, he doesn't like to be called Dave. With Dave too, as secretive as he is, does his secretiveness add to his hireability? Does it add to his hireability? I think it takes a... Well, I think I know what you're getting at there. Good question, Nicholas Markovich. That's an interesting question. Actually, I could spin this out as a separate video. Is it better? Now, please leave it in the comments down below. I'll split this out as a separate video. Is it better with the social medias like it is these days? Is it better for your job prospects to be secretive about not have social media accounts, not have anything that they can research on you or anything like that? All you've got to go by is your resume and what you bring to the interview. And that's it. Is that a good thing? Or is it a bad thing? As David too's done lots of cool projects and stuff that that he could put on his own website and things and I'm talking about, by being secret, I'm talking about not even having your own website. Okay, I guess there's a difference. You could do it between no social media presence at all in any way, shape or form, and just having a dedicated professional website that shows off your projects. I think there's I'm not going to say there's no harm in having a website that shows off your projects, because in a previous video, which I'll try and link in, I described where I went for a job at Silverbrook Research, a very secretive organization. One of the, they hired every PhD in the country. I'm not a PhD, but anyway, so I went for 2 interviews there and they liked me. I went for the technical team, multiple interviews, and the technical team loved me. They wanted me, right? But there was a 3rd interview where I had to get past the Kia Silverbrook's right-hand man. Kia Silverbrook owned the company, and it was a flat architecture. It was Kia Silverbrook, probably his right-hand man, and everyone else. So every new employee had to be vetted by his right-hand man. And the right-hand man looked at my resume and go, he's just shaking his head he didn't say anything, and he's just shaking his head. And I'm going to go, is there a problem with my resume? Not in such, right? And he's going, still not saying a word. And so he's shaking his head. This is not good. This is not good. And then you can see the faces of the other engineers around the table. They're all going, oh, oh shit, not this again, please no. And so yeah, and he finally started to speak, and and we got to discussing projects, the stuff that because I proudly put in all the projects I've published in my resume, right? And he's going, this publishing stuff, it's going to be a problem. And I go, well, obviously I wouldn't, I signed a non-disclosure agreement. I wouldn't even mention I work at the company. I'd do nothing in regards to the company. And he's still shaking his head. And I'm going, well, what could I publish? Let's say I wrote a gardening book, I think is the example that I used. If I wrote a gardening book, would I be able to publish that? And he's still shaking his head and going, no, we wouldn't let you do that. No, we don't want you to publish anything. And it's like, and at that point, I knew that, I'm not going to work at this company. And sure enough, I got shit canned on that interview. Because, so they didn't even want you publishing your own projects on your own site. They didn't like that, let alone working on anything else. Super paranoid. So you could potentially lose jobs like that, although you probably don't want to work for a company like that anyway, that being said. But anyway, so but what I want to ask here is the social media aspect of this. Is that more hindrance than not? Are you better off being super secretive like David too? The problem is, when I was looking, I got hundreds of resumes when I advertised my job, right, for the job working at EEV Blog here, which David got. And I got hundreds of resumes, and quite frankly, his resume wasn't that good, right? It wasn't that impressive. It was very bland, and he's done all these cool projects, and he really didn't highlight them. But, I can smell talent, right? So I thought there's a hint of, I think this kid could be good, right? So I got him in. He was one of in fact, I think he was my first interview. And as soon as I met him, and then of course he's showing me all these projects, and he's getting out his laptop and showing him how he's written his compilers, and he bought in hardware, and we're going through the hardware, and he absolutely nailed it, right? But his resume was pretty shitty, right? So so you got to be careful with that. So he almost missed it completely. So anyway, if you've got the social medias out there, would I be employable now? If I went for an ordinary job through an ordinary HR department, and they go look at my Twitter feed, they go, I don't know, research me in some way, they're going to go, nah, no thanks, right? So it's interesting. Is it worth staying secretive like that? And that's the thing. David likes being secretive, and it's good in that, well, it keeps you out of trouble, I guess. But it doesn't showcase your talents, right? So he could, that was one of the things of working here, is that, he could have, make a name, and he did make a name for himself working at the EEV Blog, right? Everyone thought he was really cool. And was talented, and, had good skills, right? But if you hide all that away, does that hinder or enhance? Leave it in the comments down below. I'm going to spin that video out. Catch you next time. So there you go. That's that. Sorry, I just did a separate video there. Is having no social media actually being secretive? I think in the modern age it is. I think in the modern age it probably is. See, you try and go out. David too does actually have his company website, and he actually has his products. Try and find it. Go out and try and find it. I challenge you, by the end of this stream, if you can find David 2's website, it's still there. Actually, let me see if it's still here, if I remember it. I'm not streaming this. Okay. Site cannot be reached. Is it down? I might have it wrong. It might have a hyphen in it. Damn. Or I might be remembering it wrong. But technically, he does have a website with one of his products he developed that he was looking to sell. Oh, no, I've got it right. Oh, technically. Okay, yeah, no, I had it right. I think his website's gone. Oh, he's killed it. I'm going to have to ask him why he killed it. He's being extra secretive now. Anyway, I have mentioned it in previous videos, so probably even linked it in. Yep. Yeah, so that's an interesting question. Does it hinder or enhance? Pros and cons both ways. Oh, battery is discharging. My audio is going, is it? No. Check, check. No, level's the same. Anyway, I shouldn't be doing a live show. I should actually go and move the rest of my lab. It's lunchtime too. I'm hungry. No, Milo. I don't agree. Nothing but positive things in it. No, that could be a negative. Like, what is deemed positive things to one person is like not positive to another, or is just annoying. You know, you could post, you know, these positive life affirming things. Oh, life is wonderful. And you post all those meme, you know, wonderful, life is brilliant and happiness and smell the roses and all that sort of stuff. And somebody could see that and go, who's this wanker? You know, like, you know, so no, it's, you can't. There's no such thing as, you know, all positive. That's, you know, it's, somebody will see that as a negative trait in some way. You know, they're not after that kind of person. I don't want some arty, flarty, fussy, you know, person who's just airy fairy, who's, you know, posting all positive things about, you know, saving the orphans and stuff like that, and saving the whales and saving the environment, and that's all they post on their Facebook page. And it's like, well, okay, it's like, that's all can be, you know, it's not going to be negative. It's not going to get you, you know, controversy. But some people might look at, somebody's laughing at Silverbrook. Yeah. So anyway, having 0 social media accounts is a sign of genius and independent thinking. Could be, but once again, it may not, you know. So that's an interesting question. I'm not going to answer why I'm rebuilding the lab again, sorry. I do have a tour of Rode. I had, before the whole COVID thing, I locked in a tour with of the Rode facility here in Sydney. I have to get back onto that. Now that sort of, you know, they probably let me back. Rode Smart Lav is good, but you need an interface. Oh yeah, I've got a Smart Lav. But like, I plug it into my Sony RX0 little pocket, you know, GoPro-y type thing, but with a 1-inch Sony sensor in it. Really nice camera. But yeah, I plug my Smart Lav into that. I have to turn the microphone volume all the way to 1 notch above 0, and that's it. That's the only spot it works at. It's weird. It is weird. I don't know whether or not the Smart Lav is just hypersensitive or what the deal is. So, yep. So yeah, I would say that probably, my guess would be that having no social media presence at all is probably going to help more than, well, it can't hinder. I suspect it's not going to hinder you by having no social media accounts. But having no like personal website, that is definitely going to hinder more than it helps. So that'd be my take on it anyway. Let me know what you think down below. But having said that, there are some people, of course, who will see your social media presence and go, oh, yes, I'll hire you because you're not an SJW. You're not going to destroy my company. You know, it's like, yeah. So but other companies will go, oh, no, you're not an SJW. Therefore, we're not going to hire you. It's like, you know, it's one of those, yeah. I guess if you go to work in Silicon Valley, you know, is different to somewhere else, perhaps, like Australia. Yeah. Well, I'm not really rebuilding the lab, am I? I kind of put up 1.5 shelves. That was pretty lame, wasn't it? I should go now. I should go. LinkedIn is just an annoying HR tool. Yeah, whether or not should you have a LinkedIn account, you know, probably you should, like, because that's what the HR droids look at these days. So if you're not on LinkedIn, they're going to go, well, I can't do my job anymore, because I think their sole job now is looking at LinkedIn and looking at your Twitter profile, isn't it? Is that the sole job of a HR? Useless HR droids. Yeah, so LinkedIn, as much as I don't like, well, I don't need LinkedIn. I've still got it because I link to people on there, you know, like colleagues and stuff. I've got like 500, you know, other colleagues on there I link to. I don't need it for a job, obviously. But I'd say, yeah, you probably need LinkedIn. I mean, that can't hurt. Like, don't post stuff on LinkedIn. Just have a LinkedIn profile with your career stuff and your education and things like that, and, you know, or your, you know, what societies you belong to, you know, IEEE or something like that, and that'll, you know, that's it, done. And just, you know, have endorsements from other people, because that's what HR are going to look at as well. They'll look at endorsements from other people. That's changed a lot since I last went for a job. You know, there was no LinkedIn. I must be getting old. On the flip side, couldn't you brand yourself an SJW to get a job in San Francisco? You could. This is all to do with tailoring your resume, right? Tailoring your resume, always tailor your resume to the job you're applying for. If you're going for a job that needs, like, you know, power supply experience, and you've only done a little power supply experience and it wasn't in your resume before, then, you know, add it. Right, sort of, you know, put it to the top of the list of the stuff that you did at that company and things like, you know, you embellish a little bit, right? Or you highlight, selectively highlight, can be the term. Yeah, so you, yes, definitely tailor your resume, and maybe you could tailor your social media profiles too, perhaps. You know, yeah. HR short for holiday resort, yeah. Bjorn, when hiring, I would assume that you have a good LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I think it's all the rage these days. Like I said, that's what I'm hearing that the HR people do. That's their sole job, is just look at LinkedIn and your Twitter profile and Facebook or whatever, and, you know, see if you're compatible with the company ethos. Yes, I am mates with other people in my building. Yes, I am. I get lots of goss, especially in the commercial real estate side of things. Yes, I got the shelf up. Woo! Anyway, I better go. I don't have a full day today. So I might just go edit this up and whack it on the second channel. Yeah, otherwise I'll get carried away. I'll be here. I don't even have a drink here. It's back in my other lab. I didn't bring anything over. Like, I got no drink, no food, no nothing. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Catch you next time.